Why does modern science remain silent when facing the colossal anomalies buried deep beneath the fractured Iranian plateau? For centuries, history textbooks carefully omitted the terrifying architectural relics that defy the official timeline of human civilization. Today, we peel back the layers of dust to expose 7 ancient Persian secrets that physics cannot explain. Prepare your mind for a journey into an forgotten macro world, where monumental structural wonders mock our technological arrogance. We begin our investigation deep within the subterranean abyss, where an impossible network boggles the minds of hydrologists. Behold the Qanat system, a massive labyrinth of underground aqueducts stretching across tens of thousands of kilometers. These colossal tunnels were carved directly through solid mountain rock in absolute, crushing darkness thousands of years ago. Satellite radar scans reveal an engineering precision so absolute that the slope varies by less than a millimeter per meter. Without any modern surveying tools, how did an ancient force calculate mathematical fluid dynamics on such a macro scale? Geological data shows no traces of trial and error, leaving a haunting question whispering through the dark shafts. What unseen intelligence guided the structural layout of these subterranean veins through the blind depths of the earth? Moving further into the scorched wasteland, we encounter the calcified ruins of Shar-e-Sukte, the buried city of ashes. In 1800 BCE, a thriving and incredibly advanced Bronze Age civilization vanished from this location in a single day. Thermal analysis of the remaining mud brick structures reveals a horrifying fact that mainstream archaeology struggles to cover up. The entire metropolitan complex was instantly vitrified by a sudden, catastrophic blast wave of extreme, unnatural heat. What ancient weapon or cosmic cataclysm could generate thousands of degrees of heat in an instant during the Bronze Age? The physical evidence stands frozen in the melted mud, an uncomfortable enigma that academic institutions refuse to investigate. Leaving the silent ashes behind, we ascend the sheer, jagged cliffs of Nakhshe-Rostam, the necropolis of kings. Carved directly into the vertical mountain face are 4 monumental cruciform structures towering over the empty canyon floor. Look closely at these giant stone crosses, engineered with flawless geometric precision at a dizzying, unreachable height. History claims these are merely tombs, yet no structural trace of ancient scaffolding or mechanical hoist systems exists. Drone laser scanning reveals the deep rock excavations possess perfectly flat planes, maintaining exact 90-degree right angles. How did ancient stone cutters slice through megaton granite walls hanging in mid-air without leaving a single error? The sheer scale of these voids mocks the primitive copper chisels supposedly used by the labor forces of antiquity. Could these monumental openings be something far deeper than resting places, perhaps architectural components of an ancient macro machine? The mountain remains utterly cold and unresponsive, holding its dark geometric secrets away from our desperate curiosity. We now cross into the dark spiritual geography of Iran, arriving at the desolate Towers of Silence. Perched on isolated volcanic ridges, these massive, circular stone amphitheaters were built for the ultimate detachment of matter. For over 1,000 years, dead human bodies were left exposed on these barren platforms to be consumed by elements. But beyond the grim funerary rituals, modern researchers have detected a far more disturbing anomaly within these stones. Highly sensitive magnetic sensors deployed around the perimeter record a persistent, low-frequency hum vibrating through the bedrock. Electromagnetic frequencies flatten out completely inside the dead center of the pit, creating a localized void in wireless radiation. The specialized masonry acts as a massive dampening filter, systematically absorbing or capturing cosmic waves passing through the sky. Why did ancient builders construct a continental geometric line of silence that alters local geophysics so intensely today. The modern scientific apparatus offers no explanations, leaving the towers to stand as cold, hollow machines of bone. Descending from the macabre heights, we travel east into the brutal furnace of the Lut Desert, Dasht-e Lut. This hyper-arid expanse stands officially as the hottest spot on Earth, an absolute wasteland where biological survival is impossible. Not even a single cell of bacteria can proliferate across these massive, desolate ridges of dark volcanic rock. High-altitude satellite imagery captures the sheer scale of the landscape, revealing towering rock formations stretching like parallel blades. These colossal wind-carved structures, known as yardangs, stand hundreds of feet tall over the cracked salt plains. But underneath this chaotic labyrinth of dust and heat, radar instruments have detected a terrifying geological anomaly. Deep subsurface scanning isolates a series of uniform, geometric dense pockets resting miles beneath the shifting sands. These subterranean cavities measure miles across, bounded by dense, non-porous mineral walls that look completely artificial. Magnetic field instruments go completely haywire above these specific coordinates, with compass needles spinning in violent circles. Is the harshest desert on our planet hiding the calcified remains of an older, pre-glacial world beneath its fire? Academic gatekeepers dismiss these anomalies as natural basalt traps, intentionally stifling any funding for exploratory core drilling operations. The desert sands continue to swallow the geometric radio signatures, keeping the deep secrets locked under boiling rock. Leaving the dead furnace of Lut, we fly southwest toward the monumental ziggurat complex of Choga Zanbil. Rising abruptly from the flat Khuzestan plains stands a colossal, multi-tiered mountain of ancient Kiline-fired mud bricks. Constructed in 1250 BCE, this immense stepped pyramid represents the pinnacle of Elamite sacred architecture. Look closely at the massive base walls, where thousands of uniform blocks remain structurally flawless after 3 millennia. Chemical analysis of the ancient mortar reveals an unknown binding compound that repels moisture and environmental erosion perfectly. Mainstream history claims this structure served as a traditional temple, yet the internal geometry suggests a far more complex purpose. The concentric brick walls wrap around a central axis, creating a massive, macro-scale spiral that mirrors cosmic movements. Satellite overflights confirm that the precise alignment of the outer gates tracks the extreme solar solstice paths flawlessly. Deep inside the brick layers, specialized instruments have discovered ancient cuneiform inscriptions containing advanced mathematical constants. These geometric equations describe orbital cycles of distant star clusters that are completely invisible without modern telescopic equipment. How did a Bronze Age civilization acquire such high-fidelity astrophysical data without access to modern optics or satellites? The mathematical precision etched into these baked bricks stands as a silent challenge to our linear historical narrative. The ziggurat looms silent under the twilight sky, an unresolved cosmological equation written in ancient, indestructible clay. Why do academic publications stubbornly attribute these cosmic calculators to primitive nomadic farmers who lacked advanced mathematics? The severe architectural lines remain silent, keeping their true stellar functions hidden behind heavy clay walls. Leaving Choga Zanbil behind, we head southeast into the mysterious Halil Rud Valley near Jiroft. Deep inside flooded silt layers, flash floods accidentally exposed an incredibly ancient, massive subterranean necropolis complex. Dating back 5,000 years, this newly discovered hub completely shatters the official timeline of Mesopotamia. Look closely at the deeply excavated stone chambers, buried beneath centuries of compressed mud and river sediment. The most chilling aspect of Jiroft lies in thousands of dark chlorite vessels carved with terrifying mastery. These ancient chlorite containers display smooth, fluid engravings of monstrous hybrid creatures fighting cosmic wars. Microscopic analysis of the carved surfaces reveals zero trace of traditional copper scoring tools or chisels. The deep grooves are absolutely uniform, indicating the use of a highly advanced mechanized rotary technology. How could an isolated, primitive Bronze Age culture manufacture machine-grade rock carvings before the invention of iron? The iconography itself is deeply disturbing, showcasing towering humanoid figures dominating wild lions and celestial seraphs. Are we looking at mere mythological folklore, or a historical record of an unknown pre-cataclysmic world order? International research teams faced sudden administrative blocks, halting all major deep excavation efforts at the site. The stone artifacts remain closely guarded in high-security vaults, keeping their terrifying origins hidden in darkness. Why does institutional science rush to label these highly geometric artifacts as simple handcrafted trade items? The dark, polished chlorite stone surfaces offer no answers, locking away the advanced machine metrics forever. The severe architectural lines remain silent, keeping their true stellar functions hidden behind heavy clay walls. Leaving the silent vaults of Jiroft, we travel high into the cold, jagged Alborz mountain range. Here, tectonic forces and ancient, unknown masonry merge to form a jagged monument that completely defies modern historical engineering. Perched on a sheer, vertical limestone needle sits the decaying stone foundation of Alamut Castle. Dating back to the 11th century, this remote mountain fortress initially appears as a standard military stronghold. Look closely at the vertical outer rock walls, carved directly into the natural mountain cliff face. Deep subsurface radar scanning shows the entire mountain peak is hollowed out by a giant subterranean network. A series of massive, rock-cut water cisterns and structural silos descend hundreds of feet straight down into the bedrock. The internal engineering features perfectly straight stone aqueduct slits designed to capture high-altitude rainwater with zero waste. Without advanced heavy excavators, how did medieval builders remove megatons of dense limestone under extreme freezing conditions? Geological mapping detects no trace of external debris dumps, as if the extracted rock completely dissolved into thin air. What forgotten excavation methodology allowed this mountaintop fortification to achieve such a monumental level of architectural isolation? The sheer limestone cliffs remain cold and silent, holding their terrifying engineering secrets away from our modern calculations. Why do textbook narratives gloss over the anomalous geological excavation signatures left on these extreme mountain summits? The crumbling limestone battlements remain locked in fog, keeping their true technological origin away from academia. Leaving the frozen peaks of Alborz behind, we sweep south toward the arid valleys of Fars province. Hidden within deep limestone canyons lies the enigmatic, colossal stone monument complex known as Naqsh-e Rajab. Dating back 17 centuries, these massive rock-cut bas-reliefs are found in an isolated, natural rocky hollow. Look closely at the deeply recessed granite surfaces, carved under immense mountain overhangs with absolute geometric control. The chemical composition of the stone face reveals an ancient obsidian-based glazing technique that prevents oxidation completely. Traditional accounts label these as simple royal propaganda carvings, yet the internal alignment suggests a deeper purpose. The carved rock panels line up precisely with local seismic fault lines, mirroring deep subterranean energy pathways. Geological radar instruments discover that these massive rock faces vibrate in resonance with low-frequency tectonic movements. Deep behind the carved stone veneers, hidden sonar mapping isolates vast, unexplored hollow grid voids within the mountain. These massive subterranean chambers run for miles, bounded by uniform mineral walls that look entirely artificial. Without advanced mechanical drilling rigs, how did ancient stonecutters map these deep underground grids so perfectly? The mathematical precision etched into these hidden rock walls stands as a direct challenge to our modern linear timeline. The canyon stands silent under a darkening sky, an unresolved geological equation carved into indestructible ancient mountain bone. Why do conventional archaeology papers stubbornly ignore the clear, heavy machine tool scars left deep within these isolated stone hollows? The massive limestone faces remain frozen in shadow, keeping their advanced industrial heritage buried away from modern gaze. Leaving the silent canyons of Rajab behind, we move north toward the wind-swept plain of Pasargadae. Standing lonely against the vast, empty horizon rises the monumental stepped stone tomb of Cyrus the Great. Constructed in the 6th century BCE, this massive limestone pyramid features a stark, modular design unlike traditional Persian styles. Look closely at the colossal white stone tiers, joined perfectly together without a single trace of mortar or cement. Engineering analysis reveals hidden, internal iron swallowtail clamps connecting the multi-ton megablocks against catastrophic seismic shocks. Standard historical textbooks claim this structure was built by simple slave labor using primitive wooden rollers and ropes. Yet the sheer geometric precision of the block cuts indicates a massive macro-scale quarrying technology that defies explanation. Satellite radar mapping discovers that the monumental stone platform rests upon a highly specialized, shock-absorbing river pebble foundation. This advanced structural dampening mechanism protects the massive tomb, allowing it to survive thousands of intense geological shifts. Deep inside the solid stone blocks, high-frequency electromagnetic sensors pick up a strange, repeating harmonic vibration frequency. These specific sonic pulses echo through the crystal pores of the white limestone, mimicking a dormant mechanical device. How did an ancient empire calculate complex structural physics and advanced seismic engineering principles without modern computing systems? The stone monument looms dark under the twilight sky, a silent mathematical enigma written in giant, indestructible white blocks. Why do textbook narratives gloss over the anomalous seismic dampening mechanisms engineered deep beneath these isolated stone platforms? The crumbling limestone foundations remain locked in silence, keeping their advanced architectural legacy hidden from modern science. Leaving the silent white tomb of Pasargadae behind, we fly south toward the grand ceremonial capital of Persepolis. Rising abruptly from the flat Marvdasht plain sits a colossal, multi-tiered artificial stone terrace of immense structural scale. Constructed in 518 BCE, this massive mountain of masonry represents the ultimate center of Persian power. Look closely at the monumental stone staircases carved from single giant blocks of dark gray limestone with absolute geometric precision. The microscopic analysis of the polished columns reveals a highly precise, uniform surface finish that prevents environmental degradation perfectly. Traditional accounts label these as simple hand-chiseled structures, yet the sheer physical scale suggests a far more complex operation. The massive pillars line up perfectly with seasonal star alignments, creating a continental macro-scale observatory across the desert plains. Satellite overflights confirm that the precise spacing of the central halls tracks complex astronomical cycles without a single deviation. Deep beneath the grand ruins, specialized instruments have mapped a vast, unexplored network of rock-cut drainage tunnels. These subterranean cavities extend for miles through solid bedrock, bounded by perfectly flat vertical plains that look artificial. Without advanced heavy mechanical machinery, How did ancient engineers slice through megaton granite strata under the mountain? The mathematical constants etched into these broken pillars stand as a direct challenge to our traditional linear timeline. The monumental pillars loom dark under a stormy night sky, an unresolved cosmological blueprint written in eternal ancient stone. Why do established institutional textbooks stubbornly ignore the staggering mechanical and astrophysical metrics woven throughout this monumental terrace layout? The severe, weather-beaten stone foundations remain completely frozen in time, keeping their deepest engineering secrets hidden away from contemporary science. As we conclude this extensive geological investigation across the vast Persian landscape, the true origin of these monolithic structures remains entirely unresolved. Are we looking at the final remnants of a forgotten pre-glacial empire that possessed highly advanced precision masonry and planetary mathematics? The grand pillars stand silent under the turning cosmic wheel, an eternal monument to a hidden history lost to the relentless sands of time.